Hi everyone, it's Michael here from Raw Tattoo Talks. This is episode 2. I am here with Simon Cooke. How you get into the tattoo industry?
It's an age-old question. Everybody has to answer this question.
I know.
Generally, most people will probably say, I just went and knocked on a door and got an apprenticeship. No. So I was only ever very good at art at school. That was all I ever did. Never really crossed my mind being a tattooist at all whatsoever. So I'm quite late into the game. I just woke up one day after watching, dare I say it, like Miami Ink. Because it was the rise of them TV shows. So you got American Chopper, Miami Ink, all that kind of bump on telly. And I just woke up, rolled over to the wife and just went, I'm going to be a tattoo artist.
So what did you do before tattooing?
Everything. What didn't I do? Everything.
A bit like myself.
Yeah. Like I've got all the t-shirts and then I burnt some of them, rebought them. And everything. DJ, dancer, singer, welder, tyre fitter, everything. Everything I could do. I was a sign writer for a while in a supermarket. That was nothing special. That was just like bananas, 30p a pound.
So it sounded like a pretty good job there.
No. I wasn't painting like Sistine Chapel in Quicksave or something. No. It was literally a bit.
So you were just writing the
So
50p off?
Yeah, generally, yeah.
And
the most exciting thing about that job was when seasonal stuff come in, so like Easter, Valentine's Day, they had 4 foot by 4 foot boards above whatever promotion they had on.
Oh,
and
yes.
To draw big pictures.
Yes, to promote it. Yeah.
But honestly, all I did is literally just went, it can't be that hard. So that's how I got into it. And I just immersed myself into everything, downloaded everything that I could, bought all the magazines when magazines were massive.
Did you do any art in school?
Yeah. I got A in art, I got B in design, technology maybe, or graphic design or whatever. I went to art college.
So when you left school, you went to art college?
Yeah. It was just easy.
And then what did you do after that? Why did you not go into tattooing straight after that? Or
it never even crossed my mind.
No.
It was never even on the radar. I got my first tattoo when I was 18.
Yeah.
But I wasn't even one of these kids that, let's get a tattoo. Do you know what I mean? Me and my friend went to our local, at that time, backstreet.
Yes, we've all done
kind
that.
Of
I know.
When I was 18, 30 years ago.
I know.
It's a long time ago now.
I get tattooed up the stairs in a house.
Yeah. You used to walk into this room and there was all these pictures on the wall and you start board A, number 3, that'll be 30 quid.
Yeah.
And they literally tattoo you, spit on the needle and you'd be out the door.
I know.
I never even give it any thought. I wanted to be an illustrator. I was into like painting the lead figures, all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to be, that's all I ever kind of did. I read 2000 AD, I read White Dwarf magazine. And that was my focus. That was all I wanted to do. I just wanted to draw. I wanted to draw goblins and soldiers and.
So whatever. Even like along your other jobs, you still always drawed?
Yeah. Never. I used to do every now and again. I used to draw pictures for people, commissions, if you will.
Yeah.
Never really charged any money for it. So I'll draw a picture of your daughter, whatever.
And what age did you start tattooing? Like what age did you start your apprenticeship?
Well, I was self-taught.
No. So you just done it while you were doing an odd job?
Yeah. So I just sort of taught myself how to do it, really, on paper, which sounds ridiculous, because you can't teach yourself how to tattoo on paper.
Yes. No.
But I just, genuinely just read everything I could read, just immersed myself in it, and just always remember, so I've got one child, he's now 19, he's not a child anymore. Yeah. So he was rolling around on his mat, he was probably only 2 months old.
Yeah.
And I was on my laptop and my wife was like, when are you going to come play with your son? And I'm like, in a minute, I'm just learning how to build a tattoo machine.
Oh.
And it was that thing. So I could build a coil machine in theory.
Yeah.
Until on paper.
Yeah.
And then friends and family, the usual anecdotes, just scarring up friends and family.
No.
Until I finally kind of learnt
the
how
basics.
To tattoo. Yeah.
And then what did you do? Did you just open your own, or did you go out
No,
with other
worked
people?
in a studio for about a year or so. Not a great studio.
No.
Not a great start. I don't think it ever is.
No, I don't think
it is. You ask the same question to anybody.
No,
I don't think it ever is. I think
always...
it's different now because studio owners are different.
Yes.
So there's 2 types of studio. You work for an artist or you work for a business.
Yeah.
This was neither of the two. This was just it was just there was an opening. One of my friends basically rang me and went, I don't know if I've done the right thing, but I've told him you tattoo whatever. Like, you've tattooed me, I'll be friend, whatever. And they've got a space.
What age was this?
30, yeah,
You're
29, 30.
Is that
yeah.
when you started then? Yeah.
Yeah, for 18 years.
So you waited a good long time, didn't you? Like before.
Yeah, but like I say, it was never.
It was never in your mind.
No, because
No.
it wasn't.
Well, tattooing wasn't really that.
I don't even think I even knew. Like, there was nobody on telly with tattoos.
Yeah.
You'd be lucky if there's anybody on telly with a piercing.
I know.
There was nothing out there.
I know. Now everyone has tattoos.
Yeah,
on.
yeah. And I also think as well, this is going to sound really strange, but I started. Everybody's going to know. Everybody who knows me knows these stories because I'm a gobshite. But I started. I was in a dance group from the age of 7. So I was classed as a professional dancer, I suppose, from the age of 7. And we toured and we used to do events. And there's a retail park now where I live in Stoke called Festival Park. Well, it used to be the Festival Gardens. So it was a big garden place. All that they used to do in the 80s. They used to build stuff and like some royal would come and open it.
Yeah, yeah.
And we danced for the royals and
Yes.
we did all this. I danced in Germany. I did all this. Could have gone all the way around the world with it, and then obviously progressed into like
Street dancing or
contemporary at first.
Yeah.
Street dancing was always there.
right.
So from following on from that, I was mad into music, and I was kind of influenced a lot by pop music, I suppose, early teens.
Yeah.
And then obviously hip hop and electro kind of come into it with the dancing.
Yeah.
And street dance. And I wanted to be famous.
Mm-hmm.
There's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to be. And it was
That's
the rise of like the boy bands and the girl bands.
Yes.
Like late 80s, early 90s, there was more of that coming along. So I used to go to London probably every 2 or 3 weeks to Pineapple Studios for auditions.
The audition.
Yeah. And I always used to like sort of get through the levels, get through. And then right at the end, I'd get dropped because I'd got a couple of tattoos at that point because I was 18, 19, whatever. That was, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or I
yeah,
got a piercing and it wasn't the look.
Yeah.
So I think from maybe subliminally from there, tattoos were off the radar,
Yeah.
which is why
Kind of just get into your head that
yeah.
I
And then
didn't
you
get
just
these
fall
because of
into
this.
a normal pattern of life. Then
Yeah.
you go to work,
Yeah.
you pay your bills, you come home, you go to eat. Do you know what I mean?
So you just wrapped out, like just stopped?
Yeah.
What
just-
age did you stop that at?
I think I probably stopped dancing professionally 19, 20.
Yeah.
Long
That was
time
it.
ago now. I can still do a bit, don't have to do it now. Maybe my knees are old.
Maybe get you to do some at the show next year.
Maybe a couple of Jack Daniels and just be a free ride. But no,
So you just stopped it at 20?
I think it was like say them shows. It was the height of them shows on TV.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time we've ever seen tattoos in normal society, if you will.
Yeah.
It wasn't backdoor. It was on television, so everybody could access. And it
Yeah.
was just like, well, I could draw, I could paint. I did a bit of airbrushing on motorbikes, so I was okay with that. I had a couple of bikes featured in some magazines, and
You were
stuff-
well in the art. A
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
more in the art than what I was. Like I didn't get no qualifications at school at all. Obviously done a wee tiny bit of art, like drawing, because
To be fair, that's the only qualifications I've got from
you
school.
know, like, and then that's it. So like you can see that you've had a lot of art throughout the years, even no matter how many other jobs you've had.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you've still done a bit of art.
I suppose it's almost like not being classically trained, but I don't even think art college did a lot for me artistically wise.
No?
Because the first art college I went to, they were a little bit like throw some paint on the wall,
Yeah.
rub yourself on it, and it's a picture.
Yes.
Whereas I was a lot more focused on it's got 27 eyelashes. It needs to
Yeah.
have 27 eyelashes.
Yeah.
And then the second art college I went to, so I did the first one, I passed with distinctions, but they wouldn't let me back in because I was too restricted for their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one I went to, it was more art history than anything else,
Yeah.
and photography. There wasn't really a lot of expression.
Yeah.
Whereas tattooing now, there's a lot more expression in tattooing now than there was 5 years ago.
I would
10
say
years ago.
I would say if you'd done an art degree like art in uni now, it would definitely change more because there's a lot more people go there and then they want to become tattooists.
Yeah.
That's why they go there. Where obviously when you were doing it, people were just I don't know what they were training to be then, you know.
I didn't even know what I wanted to be. I just wanted to be famous, I
Yeah.
think. And then when that doesn't happen,
You're like
you throw it away, don't you?
yeah,
You get the mundane job, you
Yeah.
get the normal, you pay your bills, and then tattooing came along.
Well, then you get onto the rat race, don't you? Then you just become the same as everyone else. You go to work, you come home.
Yeah,
That way, yeah.
Yeah, you're a number, unfortunately.
Yeah, where I didn't want to be like that either.
no.
That's why I've had a few jobs, working in kitchens and stuff. But when you're there, you're like, I shouldn't be here. This is not what I want to do.
Yeah.
And that's why when I think I get into the tattoo industry, it was like, whoa, because there is so much doors. Like you can go different places and you visit new people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not all artists are friendly, but most of them are. When you go to different parts of the world, I find that more people are.
Yeah, there's also language barrier you've got to take into account
Yeah.
as well when you travel to foreign places. I think some people could come across as ignorant when they just can't understand you.
Yeah.
But like go back to the famous side of things.
Yep.
Being on a stage and dancing, or being on a podium and dancing, or being a stripper, or whatever, all eyes were on you.
Yeah.
Even if you were part of a group, you were still, all eyes were on that group. So you were kind of famous because people were paying attention to what you were doing.
Yeah.
And it's almost the same now in tattooing, to a degree.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of famous tattooists out there.
Yeah.
But they're only famous to people who are into tattooing.
Into the tattoo industry.
So
yeah.
That's
So
exactly.
I
I break it down like if your nan, or if my nan, or if anybody's nan recognises somebody that we recognise, then they are famous. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So like your nan would know who Robbie Williams was.
Yeah, that's
your nan would know who Michael
yeah.
Bublé was. Your nan would know who Christina Aguilera was.
Yeah.
It's different in the tattoo industry.
Yeah, you could.
You've only really got the Michael Bublés and the Christina Aguileras within that industry.
Yeah, that's
it doesn't
exactly it,
really. It kind of does a little bit on the outskirts, like with Ink Master and Miami Ink.
Yeah.
They become household names, but the famous thing's a bit different with tattooing.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be a famous tattooist.
Yeah.
Or I've probably never had the gumption, or I don't know.
Yeah, because that is true. Like, because if I say to my wife, "Oh, this person's coming to the show," she's like, "Who's that?" And you're like,
Yeah.
"All right." They don't know. Not everyone knows.
No.
It's like you say,
Yeah.
but the Ink Master thing is obviously helping out because more people are.
Well, now it's international now.
Yeah.
So there was 3 on there now. I couldn't get it up. I was trying to watch it last night. I was trying to catch up on it. I couldn't get it up at all. I think
Yeah.
Paramount's playing up.
Yeah, I think it's on that, isn't it? That's what
So I was
shows
trying
it
to,
now, yeah.
I was trying to catch up on it last night because obviously we know a couple of people that are on there.
Because they've started to bring UK artists on,
Yeah,
haven't
so
they?
it's
Like,
the first year that they've done international.
Oh, is it?
So you have, we did a spoiler if you haven't seen any. So you had Glenn Cousin on there, Jenny Kerr.
Oh, is she on it this
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
Yeah.
They're not anymore.
Oh.
And then, and Freddie is still on it. Freddie's amazing, to be fair. I didn't really know anything about Freddie till he was on that show.
Same.
And I've found his Instagram and I've looked at it and he's
See, that's the thing. It opens it up to.
it's nice to see a UK artist on an American
Yeah,
show.
it is definitely is good to see that because I watched it a few years ago during a lockdown, and obviously some of the tattoos like they're.
Yeah.
On the, you think.
But that's-
I don't know if I should say that.
No, but that's the whole thing,
But-
though. But that's the whole thing because, like the show that I was on, that was the entire premise. Is you're supposed to be an all rounder.
Yeah.
The entire premise for Ink Master is you're an all rounder. I'm not so sure about the flash challenges where you have to go and weld something together or smash a window to make art or.
Yeah, because they were doing
'Cause
things that were taking them
nothing to do
outside
with
of tattooing, weren't they?
It's art.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
I know.
But that's the whole thing, supposed to be an all-rounder. So some of the tattoos, I'll admit it, some of the tattoos I did on that show were absolutely shocking because they weren't my thing.
What show?
It was Tattoo Artist of the Year. It was on E4. It's like 6 years ago now.
Right. I never
But,
even watched that.
so
See,
they
I
had
didn't
the
even-
same thing. So every week
Yeah.
you'd have a different, so traditional Japanese,
Yeah.
realism, blah, 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 blah. Or then you'd have people come in wanting a specific tattoo. So you had challenges every week. And some of the tattoos on that show were less than...
Is that what people wanted, or were they telling you what to do?
That's what people wanted. So
Right.
you still do the consultation like you would with a normal customer.
Everything was the same.
Yeah, and try and
Yeah.
put your spin on things.
Yes.
But even then, like, yeah. Some of them were shit.
So
Genuinely, some of them were really bad.
let's get back to when you worked in that studio for a while. A year, was it?
Yeah, about a year.
And then what happened then after?
I had to leave.
Right. So we'll not get into too much on
so
that.
I left on terms,
Right.
on my terms.
Yeah.
And within 2 weeks, I got my own studio.
Right.
I found a shop. I got told there was a premises down by where we lived. I actually think I trod on somebody's toes for that. If the memory serves me right, I think I did. I trod on someone's toes because I think the guy that was renting the premises was private rent. The guy that was renting the premises thought I was somebody else. Oh. Genuinely, because this other person wanted to rent this. It was a converted house, and I think I probably either got there first or got there under the premise apparently that I was somebody else. I don't know. Anyway, it was my shop then.
Yeah.
From there and in.
And now is open. That still the same studio we're in?
No. We moved now, so we've expanded now.
Yeah.
So it was just me.
Right.
My wife was working as a dinner lady, lunchtime supervisor at school.
Yeah.
So she used to come in, open up with me, do a bit of the diary, go do the job,
and
come back and then close with me. Now, my wife Vicky, she basically runs the show. So she does a diary, she controls everything in the studio, she controls us. She tells us to stop talking about things when we get a little bit soapboxy. You know what I mean?
You need someone like that.
Yeah.
Women always put you in your place.
Yeah,
so
massively.
You know, I've tried to get my own wife in to do work, but sometimes we clash. We're still at that stage of, you know.
Me and the wife clash. Yeah. And I think it's worse. Like, your personal life's always going to leach in to your work life when you work with your personal life, which is okay to a degree.
Yeah.
But obviously, if there's something that needs to be said outside of work,
I know.
It has to be said outside of work.
She doesn't hold back, you know.
No, Vic doesn't. Yeah.
We just ended up coming to terms that we'll put it off for a while. You know, she just works in her own job and I work on my own. But I do keep trying to get her in because she's super organised.
Well, I couldn't do it without the wife.
That's where
as simple as that's as simple. The closure on that question is without Vic, I'd just be a gibbering mess in the corner.
Yeah.
I don't touch the diaries.
Yeah,
I don't do any of that.
But I think that's why you see a lot of studios have the likes of the managers and stuff because artists. They're artists that don't really do the business end of things.
Yeah. We're not logistics.
Yeah.
All we can see is Rose, whatever. We don't operate with numbers, do we? Not mathematicians, are we? We're artists. If we were mathematicians, we wouldn't be artists.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah, so the first studio was just like it was an upstairs studio, just a little room, just me and the wife.
Yeah.
And then I was still singing at the time, still gigging, but then we got super busy, so that got put away. And then we had another artist, and he had to go.
Yeah.
So then it just left me and Nick again. And then I stayed on my own for a while. And then we found Nick. And Nick's been with us 9 years now. So we've been in the new studio. This will be the 6th year in the new studio. So we're 8 years in the previous.
Right.
6 years in this one. So 14, 15 years professionally in my own studio, which is nice. I mean, it's stressful, as you well know.
Yeah,
running your own stuff is stressful.
Yeah, it is.
It's not just about going to work.
Yeah.
Everything after.
That's the thing. People think that you just you have all the time in the world and they just message you.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, sometimes we get tattoos that even message like the page about supplies at like all ours, and you're like, you know, they don't like it. You wouldn't like it if someone messaged you. So yeah.
But about 2-3 o'clock in the mornings.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. You know, you've you know, it's not like you've not been there.
Yeah, I know. And I have a habit of opening the message and writing back. and people are like, why do you write back to people? And I'm like, 'cause I'd rather just answer their name and then that's it over and done with.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. I get told off if I go on the business page by the wife. Because she puts like little stars and little reminders by everything. I need to answer that message. I need to do this, I need to do that. So if I ever go on and open something, what have you opened that for?
Yes.
Because now they can see you've opened
That's
it.
exactly
now
it.
they'll expect an answer.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I've just gone on to see what he wants. Because I'm like FOMO. I need to see what this...
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. So you've been in that studio. Were they both in the same city?
Yeah, literally just across the road.
Yeah.
So we've gone from like a converted house on the bottom road, as it were.
Yeah.
And then we moved across the road onto like a little parade of shops.
Yeah.
So it's a proper shop.
Yeah. Shop front, yeah.
Yes, yeah, shop front, yeah.
And was the other one just upstairs, or
it was and then we had a fishing tackle shop downstairs. So this is the funny thing. So the ink spot was above Mart's Tackle. It was called Mart's Tackle. So my tattoo studio was just above Mart's Tackle. What a position to be. Always smelting maggots. And that, yeah. Where are you? Just above Mark's tackle.
Yeah.
You know, so everything's quite personal, and
Yeah.
you know, you're tattooing on the shoulder of your other tattooist, and you're all quite sort of in.
Yeah.
The new shop's bigger, which is why we moved. We moved for a number of reasons, but the main reason, well, one of the main reasons is we needed more space.
Yeah.
It allows us to do more. It also ties you down a little bit as well, because having a bigger space means you could put more crap in there.
I know.
I'm
I have
terrible
a
for
habit
crap.
of, so have I. I have a habit of, like,
So it's shiny.
I've all sorts of, well, in my office, I have 2 bikes sitting there, and then, like, just pictures. There's loads of stuff that I keep saying I'm going to put it in the office, and then we've moved that many times that I never get to actually put anything.
It just stays in boxes or stays in the house. I keep making stuff like the Zoltar machine.
Yeah,
that's in the studio now. I don't know why. I don't know. Somebody will buy it at some point, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Or we sponsor a Volkswagen show. It's in September, so we're petrol heads as well with Volkswagens. So we sponsor that show. Every year I do the poster, do the artwork for them. I also paint a 40-foot stage now, because we theme the shows. So the stage is like a 40-foot curtain slider thing.
So you graffiti that, or...
So from this year onwards, what they've done is they've framed the entire stage with like plywood. So I've painted both sides. So it's not 40 foot across the top and then 16 foot either side. So this year gone was like space. So we did UFOs and stuff.
Oh, that's
Next
sick.
year's like carnival stuff. So if Zoltar's still with me, I'll take Zoltar, we'll put that on stage.
All right.
All that circusy kind of stuff, do you know what I mean?
Did you get any pictures of that, did you?
Of Zoltar, over the stage?
Of the stage, yeah.
It wasn't
Not
great.
happy?
No. I could have done better. But that's artist.
At least that's it.
artist,
And you only get one go.
Yeah.
You only got one
Yeah,
go.
and I was on a stupid cherry picker thing, trying to do graffiti. And the guy, it's not even a cherry picker, it was a tractor with a cage on a reach arm. So I'm like, back, left, up, back, left, up.
What, with
so
a walkie-talkie?
You can't proper...
You on a walkie-talkie?
Yeah. So you can't proper, get a flow of art.
Yeah.
So I think next year coming, even though I'm going to be super busy, I'm going to do all the painting at home.
Yeah.
I'm going to get him to give me all the boards,
yeah.
put them all in my garden.
That's it.
That sounds like I've got a massive garden. I haven't. Put them in my garden, paint them all, and then all I've got to do is
take
screw
them
them onto
apart.
the stage,
definitely.
so we can get proper pictures.
Yeah.
But again, the art side, it's everywhere, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You can't get away from it.
No, well,
if you're arty, you're creative.
Yeah, you're straight in there. Everything, like every opportunity.
But the studio's full of stuff. I airbrushed a realistic shark on a surfboard like 3 years ago, because it was lockdown actually. Just on the back end of lockdown, and I did the surfboard, and I sent a picture of it to my mate Jez, who we were talking about earlier on.
Yeah.
And he's like massively into dinosaurs, Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, geese, let me buy it off you. And I'm like, no, because I like it too much.
Yeah.
So that's in the shop.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll ever sell that because it's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Even though I've done it, it's still blow your own trumpet a bit, but it's still cool. But it just looks nice in the studio.
I'll have to come over to the studio, like, definitely next time I'm over there and visit. Definitely. So, what were we talking about there?
I don't know. Moving shops.
Yes. So we were moving shops. So what style did you start off with? So obviously you just started off doing everything at the beginning. So what style would you class yourself as doing, and how did you get to that?
I don't know.
What stage in that
still
direction?
Do everything. I think this is going to piss a lot of people off if I say this, but realistically, I think if you only do realism, and you put on your bio that you are a realism artist, you're a liar.
Because we all do the small.
You can't 100% of your time in your studio. You are not constantly doing portraits.
No.
You are not constantly doing birds, squirrels. You can't. It's unless you've got like 35 artists, and you've got an artist for infinity bands, and you've got an artist for dandelions, and you've got an artist for memorial tattoos, and you've got an artist for tribal cover-ups.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they do.
I don't think I've got a style. I kind of pen it as...
what style do you enjoy?
I like a bit of that. I don't like grey shade. Grey shade bores me. Sorry for all you grey shade artists out there, but I can't. I see in colour.
Yeah,
I don't see in black and white.
Yeah.
So colour's my main thing. Kind of illustrative realism.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. I don't think it's anything. Because my realism isn't hyper-realism, but then my surrealism isn't mega surrealistic. Like, it's weird. It's kind of on... It's a bit of everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I look at everything online and I see all these people doing all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'll try a bit of that. I'll try a bit of that. Try a bit of that. I'll
Yes.
sprinkle a bit of this in.
Yes.
And
always try to put your own twist on things.
yeah. But I don't think anything's ever held that much with me. I think I'm just colour.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Just colour.
Just colour
Anything
work.
that's colour. It could be comic book. It could be, dare I say, trad. I've done quite a bit of trad these last few years, even though I've really failed on trad on the TV show. But I've done quite a bit of trad. I was even talking to a machine builder last night about his machines, going, right, so if I buy this one, will it push a 45 round shader and do me a clean line? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Because I find myself doing more line work now, even though I'm a realism-ish artist. Yeah. It's bizarre. But I think realism changed.
Yeah.
So tattooing's changed with the rise of AI and the painterly style of realism. It's not really realism, is it? It's kind of...
Yeah, like what we were talking about early on,
illustrative.
that people are putting realism with a different
Yeah, but not
styles,
even that.
you know,
like,
no.
somebody will do a portrait, but it'll be like a painted portrait. It won't be super, like...
Oh,
there's
yes, I've seen...
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
all your AI stuff. So there's
Yeah.
hyper-realistic tattoo artists out there, which are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
There's painterly artists, which... everybody's phenomenal in their own right.
Yeah.
But everything's got, like, an edge to it. And I think it's moved on from, like... I don't know, it's evolved again.
Yeah. Well, it is evolving all the time, isn't it?
It's
Like,
weird,
compared
but
to
since
when...
the rise of all this AI stuff,
Yeah.
you've seen tattooing take a completely different twist of things.
Yeah.
Like people that were doing... I try to work out how to say it. People that were doing realism now do AI realism.
Yeah, like, yeah. I know what you're saying. There's an artist, obviously, in the UK. Yes. I know.
There's a lot
I
of
know
it in
this
Europe as well.
style.
There's a lot of the AI realism going on, and it's not.
You look at it and you go, "Is that real?"
Yeah.
You know, like it's a tattoo, but yeah.
Which is amazing. It's a fantastic tool.
Yeah.
But coming from an art background, it's hard now not to.
I think AI is changing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
it's hard now not to be able to draw. Like I would imagine some people can't draw.
Yeah, because you just type it in now and it gives you the name.
Yeah,
What do you do? Do you just stencil it and that's it? Just
Which is great if you haven't got that image.
Yeah.
Or you don't know what that image is.
But if people don't know how to tattoo and they go on and print that off.
Yeah, and that,
you know,
it's kind of done half the job for you, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, your muscle memory is your muscle memory. I think if you draw, I don't draw a lot anymore. I don't paint a lot anymore. I should do more. But there's only so many hours in the day that I want to be drawing and painting. But I think it's taken a bit away. It's given a lot to tattooing, but it's also taken a bit away from the art side of things as well.
Yeah.
Because years ago, if you wanted like, I'm trying to think of three stupid things to put together. If you wanted,
Watch the tiger.
oh no, God no, we've got Pinterest for that. If you wanted Elvira dressed as a cheerleader riding a tiger,
Yeah, you just
used to
type
have
that
to
in,
find
right?
a picture of Elvira. You used to have to find a reference from a cheerleader, a picture of a tiger, draw.
Use your artistic mind.
Overlap, trace,
Yeah.
draw, make body shapes,
Yeah.
all that. Now you just type it in.
I know. Like that's literally what it tells you
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do. Is you just
Yeah.
type it in.
So if you specialised in your style, I would imagine now you could probably just type that style in,
Yeah.
and it will give you that style of artwork.
Yeah.
So now you don't have to be a specialist in surrealism. You could just type in surrealistic face with flowers,
And it wouldn't really be your specialty instead because all artists
just
can
copy
just
the
do that
picture.
now.
because you just copied a picture again, aren't you?
Yeah.
Which is essentially all we do anyway.
Yeah.
But to have an edge of being able to just pull something out of the ether and draw it on is something probably that a lot of people... You see a lot of freehand stuff, but a lot of people don't do it anymore, or as much as they should do. I'm probably talking way out of turn now, because I'm not in everybody's studio, am I? But, do you know what I mean? Like, and I don't think people post a lot anymore of that kind of stuff. I think that gets lost. The creativity gets lost because of Instagram, because of socials, because it's fixated
the whole social
on,
media has changed. Like,
yeah,
you know, it
because
has.
it's fixated on this quick fix of stencil peel tattoo.
Yeah.
15 seconds.
I know.
15 seconds of fame. Look, famous 15 seconds.
Like,
We've all got 67,000 followers.
Even the same thing that you're saying there, like, even when you see people doing stencils, you know, from the stencil machine come out to doing hand stencils, you know, I always done hand stencil because,
Yeah,
like you
hand
saying,
stencil, yeah.
the muscle memory. we had a few people in my studio they were only like juniors, and they were printing straight out, and I was like, "Are you not hand stenciling that?" You know, no. They couldn't.
Yeah.
Like
the fundamentals.
they
of
were
doing the
freaking
job.
out at the thermal machine if it
Yeah.
didn't work one
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah.
just hand stencil it. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be hand stenciling it to remember. You know, and they're like, no, I need to use a thermal.
Yeah. It's like your fundamentals. I never had an apprenticeship. I've got an apprentice now, so I've got to try and think how to teach,
Yeah.
which is coming from a self-taught background is hard. So what do we do?
Yeah.
Look at how apprenticeships used to be. Like your first 3 months, you'd be drawing the same rows,
Yeah.
so you know what the shape of a rose
And
is.
there's
so
no
you,
detail to it
yeah,
at all. It's
so
just,
you know the anatomy.
Yeah.
It's a ball with flowers,
Yeah.
with petals, isn't it? So I sent my apprentice home this weekend and went, what kind of stuff do you want to do? Where do you think you're going to be? I kind of like animals. I want to tattoo animals.
Right.
Learn the anatomy of a bird, but don't copy a picture on your iPad. Draw a bird.
yeah, and use
So
the
draw
AI
3
app.
circles and a triangle. Yeah, use AI.
You just use that app.
Yeah, just use
And then
the app.
he'll come in and you go,
You
what do
don't
you
need
think?
to know anatomy.
What do you
of anything,
think?
just fucking type it in. A blue bird. There you go, job done. Look at the artwork I've
If he's smart.
50. Yeah, but smart doesn't give you the fundamentals. Fast tracking there, aren't we? Fast tracking.
He's definitely.
It's bad. It's bad. It's not bad. It's fucking brilliant because I use
He'll
it.
come in, you'll be
I'm
like,
not going to
oh,
lie.
oh.
I used it. I usually do that back piece at Chester. That was a big AI face. It was fucking
Yeah.
beautiful, to be fair.
I like that. I
Blow
really
air a
did.
trumpet, but it came out really nice. Needs to come back a little bit more now. I think we'll probably all get bored of AI
Yeah, definitely.
because everybody will be using it, and
I know.
all tattoos will probably start looking similar again.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Like the style of like the piece, like you say you did it, Chester,
Chester.
all that style was just like for years you didn't see that, and then when it came out you're like, whoa,
Yeah,
and now
yeah.
it's big across Europe.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I think like that a lot of the artists over here are a lot more. They do a lot more of that style than what they do in the US. Like you don't
Yeah.
really see that much of that style over in America yet.
No.
You know,
I
it
think
seems to
they're
be like a
more-
more European thing.
Yeah, I think Americans are more. I don't know.
I just
I don't know
still,
what to say.
it's like you don't want to sound like saying something out of
Yeah,
place,
yeah.
but I don't know. You just don't see them doing that.
No,
That's
I
them
think you see
color
a lot
pieces.
more like one-time bangers from American artists.
I don't see.
Like there's a lot more traditional stuff coming out of America now.
Yeah, like the neo trad, new
Yeah,
school.
yeah,
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 because
massively.
when I was over in Ohio last year at that show, you know, obviously there was a guy there that I was working out of the raw booth, which his work was nice, but it still wasn't on that style that you see in Europe.
Yeah.
Like I really love that style, you know, that like the likes of that back piece and stuff. I love all them colours.
Yeah.
Like they really, it's
It's
nice.
punchy in it.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of life to it, I think.
But now everyone's
Yeah.
focusing on that style.
Yeah.
So it's like you're waiting on something coming out. So is it going to be that AI style that's going to come out more and you're going to see more at the shows, or I don't know.
Time will tell.
Yep.
It's
we'll know.
evolution of tattooing again, isn't it?
Maybe we'll just go back to traditional.
Hence why I'm talking to that guy now. Can you build me a machine? I'll push a 45 round shaver.
Just go back to trad.
Drag a line.
Oh,
Let's go back
right.
to coil machines.
Yep.
Just to annoy everybody. There's always a coil machine at a show, isn't there?
I know,
You're there,
I
just
know, I
about to
know, I know.
start.
And then you hear,
Who's brought a coil? The
I
curly-
do like the
curly
sound of the
moustache guy in the corner.
I know. Busy the whole weekend. Doesn't stop.
Doing quick bangers all weekend.
Yeah.
That machine never stops.
I know. I know.
God. Although it is quite nice hearing it every now and again.
Yeah, it is. But then the likes of the Cheyenne machine and all them machines are all like you can't even hear them.
It's just beautiful.
You walk into the shop and it's just peaceful.
Yeah.
When
You can have a
used to-
conversation, can't you?
I know.
Or
I
get on
know.
your soapbox, or
I know.
talk politics, or
I know.
how the world ticks, or how we didn't land on the moon, or whatever. That's what we talk about in the shop all the time. That's the contention in my shop.
Yeah, the shop. It's like if you were to record what you speak in the shop, you would make a TV series.
Yeah, no, we just
So
get
we
banned.
would.
We get banned off every single platform. If we went live in our studio,
So you said a bit about the program you done. How did that come about? How did you get onto that? And like, when was it?
it was like 6 years ago, give or take. And I think I saw a blog on Instagram, or somebody posted about it on Instagram. So I was like, I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah.
So I messaged this person on Instagram, and I'm like, hi, I'm Simon, blah, blah, blah. Can you tell me some more about this?
Yes.
And she come back with, I know you are, follow work.
Yeah.
It's this, it's this, it's this. There's the details for them. You'll have to contact them because it's an application thing.
Yeah.
So I messaged him and I got in touch with him. And I think I was probably about 3-4 months out of application because I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah.
So they were like, so what? Yeah. So we had a phone call, and then we had a Zoom meeting, which is quite bizarre because I've never done that before. Never like had a conversation with a screen live because I'm old, I'm a dinosaur. And yeah, that apparently went really well. And then I had a phone call about 3 days later. Me and the wife and her family were out having some dinner somewhere, and my phone went off and it was a voicemail. Mm-hmm. No, that's a lie. That's the next bit of the story. I had a phone call about 3 days later saying, we loved you, we loved everything about you, but we are full.
Right.
But can we put you on the waiting list just in case anybody drops out?
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, fine. Because you get excited, don't you? Like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, fine. Bastard. So straight after that phone call, I went onto eBay and I bought myself a Stormtrooper uniform. Because I've always wanted a Stormtrooper uniform. And my wife was like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like,
I need to cheer myself up.
Yeah. Fuck you. I'm having a Stormtrooper uniform. What do you want one then for? You're a bit short for Stormtrooper. Yes, I know that. But I'm still having one. So I cheer myself up with a Stormtrooper uniform.
Yeah.
And then literally like the week after, this is rocking up to Christmas. So it's about this time of the year, we were out having dinner at our local like craft village. So there's no phone signals. One of them places like it's just in the middle of nowhere. And my phone buzzed voicemail. So I went outside, picked this voicemail up, and it was the show. It was a lady called Davina. I think she was in casting maybe. She basically just like rang her back up. She's like, right, we've had somebody drop out. Do you want the slot? I'm like, yeah. Fuck yeah. Shit, I should have bought a Stormtrooper uniform. I'm never going to get to build it now. So, yeah. And then the first week of filming was on the wife's 40th birthday.
Oh.
So I was in the middle of London, like away for the week.
So what way did it work down there? Like a studio? A bit
No, it was in... you need to go watch it. I'm actually quite... I'm not impressed that you've not watched it. Me and you can't be friends anymore.
I'm going to have to go.
Can you not get E4 in Ireland? God, you'll go home and you watch it now.
I'm going home
You'll
to
message
watch
me later.
it.
You were shit at trad, actually. That tattoo and that compass and them 2 roses was absolutely fucking shit.
I'm gonna go.
Put your tattoo machine down now. Never tattoo ever again. But no, so it was filmed in the Rivoli Ballroom in wherever it was in London. I can't remember where it was.
And do you think that this year was like a... Do you think that they seen the thing happening in America?
Yeah,
and they've been like,
somebody's come up with an idea, come off the back of Ink Master and gone, we need to do a UK one.
Yeah.
And tweaked it a bit so it's not Ink Master.
Yeah.
So they're not copying format. And it was amazing. Like, there was no...
How many weeks was it on, or like was it...
Well, it was... So it was a... I can't think of the word. Like, I call it Tattoo Bake Off. So it was an elimination program. So you had your tasks.
Yes.
If you didn't reach task...
You're right.
On your way.
Yes.
So basically, the MO was we used to go down on a Sunday evening, we'd come home on a Friday morning, unless you got eliminated. So if you went film on Monday, and Monday wasn't good enough, you'd be catching the train home on Tuesday, basically. But they booked the hotel for the week.
Yeah.
So we stayed in the Premier Inn. We were all in the same Premier Inn. We all turned up at like random times on the first day.
Yeah.
And then I knew like 3 people. So I knew JJ, I knew Becky, I knew Luke. So that was quite good. Luke. Say it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God. Couldn't even think of his name then. Wow. Yeah, so it was the Rivoli Ballroom, which they used. It's been used for... Do you know the scene in Captain America where he dances with Agent Carter? Where it kind of flashes back.
It's the only Marvel one I've never really been into. And I love Marvel.
It's
boring, isn't
it?
Like, my brother likes it. He loves that. He says that's his favourite one. But that's the one. I haven't even actually watched
Okay, have you watched The Craze Legend?
Yes.
With Tom Hardy?
Yes.
So, the ballroom scene in that where he punches his brother out at the bar.
Yes.
I think that's the Rivoli Ballroom as well. So it's like this sort of opulent 1920s ballroom. It's old as fuck.
They should have done like a replica of a studio. Shouldn't it?
Yeah, but I think it would have got lost because it was everything was like red velvet and dark, and the lights were just warm lit, and it was a really nice. And then it got like side rooms, which they called the drawing room.
Yeah.
We got all these like booths, red velvet booths. It was a lovely place, and
Yeah.
I think they did it to be away from a studio,
Right.
if you get me, because I think studio life sometimes is very sterile to look at.
Yeah.
Like you walk into somebody's shop, and it'll be white walls, black floors.
Yeah,
Everything's uniform.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Do you? You
Yeah.
walk into somebody else's shop, and it'll be
Totally different.
sharks
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
surfboard
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a Zoltar machine in the wind. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Do you? But I think they wanted a setting away from everything, away from anything that was personality, of tattoos.
Right.
So he was in his ballroom, and it was the same
Like
again.
a neutral
Every week you
environment.
had customers come in. Obviously, they got the customers, and you had to tattoo whatever kind of they wanted or whatever was on
Yeah.
style challenge. And it went 6 weeks. It was on, and I was famous for like a year. Like girls running across Sainsbury's car park. Oh my God, Cookie, have a selfie with me so I can send it to my boyfriend. Genuinely. Okay. And like my son's 12 at this point, 12, 13 years old. We all know what we're like at 13, Kevin and Perry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we're in
Pickle,
Llandudno.
pickle.
Yeah. So we're in Llandudno, sitting having a coffee at the end of the pier. And there's like this family group of like 15, 20 people. And this guy's got like a pair of glasses on. It's sunny in the middle of summer. And he keeps going. I go back to his wife. And my son's like, Dad. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Well, just finish your coffee. It's fine. If they come over, I'll talk to them. If they don't, I'm not going to go over to them and go, yes, it is me. Take a picture of me.
Yeah.
But then they started mulling over, and it's like, yeah. And it was brilliant. Like, I didn't win, but I was in a final, so second or third, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But we got through it all.
Yeah.
And it was, I'd do it all again tomorrow. Like, I
Yeah.
go on Ink Master.
Yeah.
Even though Ink Master's probably got a different feel to it. I think Ink Master, you probably...
Well, I had the guy that worked with me. He was in Ink Master.
Okay.
He was saying it. Obviously, he was on it twice. He was saying something the same. You know, they just strike you out. You know,
Yeah.
but you have to have a story.
Right.
He was saying to me, you know, like that's what he said to me.
Yeah.
Because I was very interested in hearing
Yeah,
what
yeah.
he had to say about it, and he was like, it's very
X Factor-ish.
yeah, like I don't know what it's like now, the new one, you know, but back then that's what he was saying. He said it was like very
I think that's probably why ours was it only went on that 1 year. Because I think it was probably too British.
Yeah,
Like, it was too polite.
the Americans like
They were the drama.
yeah,
It's
the
reality
drama.
TV.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
reality TV. Yeah,
Yeah. So ours was like, it was just normal. We weren't coerced into doing anything. If we didn't want to do it, we didn't do it. It's one of them. We weren't pushed into, like, you go and argue with him or whatever.
yeah,
And I was the oldest one in the room. Not necessarily the oldest one tattoo-wise, but I was the oldest person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And because of how I am, like, I took all my inks with me. I took all my machines with me. I took spares.
Yeah.
At the time, I got a spare foot switch, spare clip cords. Spare
Yeah, made
this,
sure
spare that.
you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
prepared, yeah.
So somebody's machine went down. I lent him a machine.
Yeah.
Somebody's clip cord went down. I lent him a machine. And you're like, why are you doing that? Because that's the kind of guy.
That's just the
Because
way
I
I
help
am.
people out. Because
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
that's what I do. All right, so you do it as a competition, don't you? I'm like, yeah, but if you're only one horse in a one-horse race, you're not winning. No, it's a gift.
yeah.
So why let them stumble because their machinery's failed on them? If you've got a spare machine, give a spare machine.
Yeah.
So I think I was probably a bit too nice.
Yeah, you
I probably could have
shouldn't
let them fail.
You should.
No, sorry, I don't have any spares.
You
Sorry.
should have just been like,
Yeah, just throw them
sorry.
under the bus.
no, I'm not put on me. I've just got my own.
Yeah.
That's it.
But it was great. And again, the whole thing about being famous, I was famous for a year. It
So
was
you-
amazing. And Liverpool Tattoo Convention was literally the week or 2 weeks before the final.
Mm-hmm.
So as we went down to the bar to have food or whatever after tattooing all day, it's on the tally in the bar. And you're like, everyone's like, Luke, you're on tally. And I'm like, I know. And I can't tell you who's won because I signed an NDA and I'll get sued if I tell you who's won. And you've still got 2 weeks to wait for the fucking final.
And what made them not to like just not want to do an all season? Did they not?
Like I say, I think it was too British. I don't think it had enough
Entertainment.
Yeah,
They make
maybe.
views.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
like
it was enough
reality
drama.
TV nowadays,
I think it
they
had enough
have to have drama.
views, and I think we had enough. We had enough on Twitter. So like when the final went up, Twitter kind of went down for reasons. But yeah, I just don't think it had enough drama. I think we were too British. They were too polite.
Yeah.
I don't think there was enough. Like,
Well, it's like when you watch them reality TV programs, there
There's always
has
an
to be
argument.
fighting in it.
Yeah,
and
there's
they always
always
have
an
to
argument.
be bickering.
Yeah.
So it just makes good TV.
The only real thing that was like a little bit abrasive was between me and JJ. So we had, not me and JJ. I got put in an hour challenge with Miss Ree, and we had to tattoo a design in an hour.
Right.
And we both did banging tattoos, and I think JJ was more Miss Ree, even though we knew each other, and that was the only kind of real sort of
Tense.
Yeah, and it was. I don't think even that come across on screen.
Yeah.
But then maybe that was the whole game of like, if she beats Simon, Simon's out. My competition's gone, or the competition's gone, or whatever. Because it's a game, innit?
That's it.
It's a game.
Everyone's in the
Yeah,
win.
yeah. But everybody was like stressed. Like there was younger artists that, oh god.
Maybe if they'd done it now, would there be a whole different aspect?
Yeah,
You
I mean,
know,
I'd
would
love for it to
people be
come
different?
back. Yeah, I'd love for it to come back because I think British TV's missing that now.
Yeah.
Because we had, well, we got Ink Master from America, and then we had that Just Tattoo of Us,
Yeah.
which was like
and then
tattooing
tattoo fixers.
tattoo fixes,
Yeah.
which is kind of gone now.
I think that's
So
the
they've
way,
kind
isn't
of
it?
all
Yeah.
gone, haven't they? Really, we've only got Ink Master,
Yeah.
and I think probably the only reason, not the only reason, but one of the main reasons they've probably made it international now and put British artists in is so
We don't.
British TV will watch it.
Yeah.
Because why would we, unless you're into tattooing, why would you put it on and watch a load of Americans drawing on people?
Well, that's it. You need people in there, you know.
Yeah.
You know, in the
Yeah,
industry.
yeah. Although we watched Miami Ink, and we watched LA Ink.
Well, that was the
And we
whole
watched New
start
York
of the
Ink.
tattoo.
Yeah, yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it? Like, you
Yeah.
know, everyone knows.
Everybody wanted to be Kat Von D. Everybody wanted to be Army
I know.
James.
I know.
Everybody wanted to be Chris Garver.
They're all sorted now. Like, all right, aren't they? They definitely
Yeah.
come out of it on the good end of it, like the
Yeah,
career.
but that's what tattooing does for some people.
Yeah.
Like it's a vehicle. Like we were saying earlier on, you can succeed in it, but you can succeed in it in other ways as well. Like you can use it to, like I would have never have gone, let's go Belgium for the weekend.
I know.
What's in Belgium?
I know.
Oh, it's a tattoo convention.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen so many places because of it that I would never have went to.
And it's a vehicle that allows you to travel.
Yeah.
And that's the good part about the job. You know, the job's all encompassing. It kind of takes over sometimes.
Yeah.
But then you get to see play. Like, I probably would have never have gone to New York if it hadn't been for tattooing.
Yeah.
I probably would have never have gone to some parts of France. You know, Montpellier.
I know.
I'd never heard of Montpellier.
No.
Cezanne.
I actually heard
I'd never heard of
tattoo
Cezanne.
convention.
Yeah. I would have never have gone to these places.
How do you feel? Do you feel that the tattoo industry has affected any of your home life? Well, it doesn't sound like because your wife is heavily involved in it. Do you think
It
that
nearly
it had?
did.
Yeah.
It nearly did. So I'm not going. We won't mention. We're not here to to talk about stuff like that. But it nearly did. I nearly got taken away, but I nearly got swept up by it all
Yeah.
because I was needed to be everywhere all the time,
Yeah.
and you can't do it.
No.
You know, and it's not necessarily an age thing. I started late. I was 30 when I picked up a tattoo machine.
Yeah.
Which is it's a granddad age now. Do you know what I mean? There's kids
know,
16,
I know,
17,
I
18
know.
out there killing it.
I know.
Making us look like fucking dinosaurs. Making us look like we can't even draw a stick, man.
No, I know.
And we've been tattooing for fucking 18 years. And I look
know.
at some of that, they've been tattooing a year. Fuck you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, so I was required to be at a lot of places.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't do it because I got a family. I got a young family.
Yeah.
I got my own studio because it was only like 2-3 years into tattooing, 4 years into tattooing, maybe, not even that. And you get swept up. And I've seen a lot of people fall along the wayside. I've seen a lot of people lose their families. I've seen a lot of friends split up from partners because of, not always because of tattooing, but it can, you know, it can come in between.
Because everyone wants to get to the top.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah,
well,
massively.
They always want to win awards and, you know what I mean? And some people actually don't. Like, I have a few friends that tattoo and they don't even want to do conventions.
But I think it depends on your person.
Yeah.
Like if...
I'm heavily driven, so like from no age, I was like, no, I want to do something and be someone.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll ever stop that, even if I don't make it, you know.
No.
That's
Like
just me.
The whole famous thing.
Yeah.
Like I was famous for a year when the TV show was on. It was fucking amazing. Everybody wanted me. Everybody wanted me at the shows.
Yeah.
You just shit thrown at you all the time. Good shit. Yeah, it's just make that
Not
clear.
physical shit.
Loads of bad shit. I mean, there was bad shit as well. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Well, when good stuff happens, there's always someone around the corner.
Yeah, we had quite a few issues, instances, shall I say, but that's because personalities clash. That's because people think differently of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So because you're on a TV show, you shouldn't be doing that. It's against tattoo. Do you know what I mean? It's against the artistry. You're pissing on our craft or whatever. Whatever. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it now anyway.
Well, it's social media now. Everyone's doing the same thing, aren't
You've got your own TV show.
You know, like...
You're on Reels, 15-second Reels. You've got your own
exactly
TV show.
Yeah.
It depends on how you use that vehicle to promote yourself. So with regards to, like, tattooing maybe taking me away, yeah, it probably did. And then I had to step back and I had to have words with myself and other people and just say, look, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's me, it's my wife, it's my son, and it's my studio, and that's it.
Yeah.
I hadn't got a group of 10 people behind me. I couldn't leave my studio and let it take over for every weekend of the year.
Yeah.
We could go to a show every weekend of the year. Don't really need a shop, do you?
I know.
You could go and guest in somebody's studio.
That's exactly
Tuesday to Friday.
I know.
And then be in a show for the weekend.
I know. There's so many shows. Like,
yeah.
Like when I get in the industry, it was only here. You know, I've been to a few small shows here, and then like you go away to the other shows, and then you're like, freaking hell, they're huge. And then when you check the calendar, there's shows every week. Like,
but it's been like that for a long time.
Yeah.
Like a long time. And I think since the dreaded word COVID, since we've come off the back of COVID.
Yeah, no one wants to.
Genuinely, I didn't think tattooing was going to come back. Mm-hmm. I thought that was it, we're done. Because we're in such close contacts and we spend a lot of time with people.
Yeah.
And we breathe in the same fucking bubble of air together for hours on end. And we're breaking skin and all of that. I thought tattooing was done. So I was heading a different way business venture on the back of COVID. I wanted to do like a food truck. I even bought a trailer.
Everything had changed for you.
Yeah. I bought a food trailer. I did my food health and hygiene standard certificate while sitting on a car park waiting for my son and my wife at a concert with my puppy, sat in on a car park on a services, and I did all my hygiene and health certificate and everything, passed it all whilst feeding my puppy biscuits and drinking Costa, falling asleep on some random car park in Birmingham. So that's what I was going to do because I'm celiac. Mm-hmm. And because, like I said earlier on, we're petrol heads, we go to a lot of the VW festivals, blah, 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 blah. It's hard to eat.
Yeah.
So I was like fully focused on, like laser focused on like food truck.
Yeah.
Food truck's the way forward. There's loads of money in food. I could do that as well as tattooing, just in case tattooing doesn't come back.
Yeah.
When I say doesn't come back, what I mean is no shows.
Yeah. The shows have come back.
Double, triple.
There's more shows than any.
Mega strong.
Minute, like.
Mega strong. But I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought we would have been curtailed from being in a room of 1,000 people breaking skin.
Yeah, to be honest, when we took over when we'd done that show, we didn't think that it was.
No.
You know, they were going to lad, but then before you know it, everything got back to normal.
I know.
And now it's in the past.
I know it's like mega. Well, yeah.
I know. You know, now we've got
hard and fast.
Yeah, that's it. There's so many shows everywhere. So we'll get to a point on. Have you any funny stories to tell from your career of tattooing? Come on.
She will definitely know who this is.
It'll be another one.
So a friend. So I tattoo this lady who I've been friends with for a long time.
Yep.
So years ago, I used to go out with her best friend. Years ago, way before my wife. So we tattoo her. We tattoo her sister as well. So his sister comes in this one time, and she's relatively the same age as us. So at the time, I think it was probably like it's easily 6 years ago. So it was in the old shop.
Right.
And she comes to the wife. She's like, "I want this." Shows her a picture. And Vic's like, "What? Do you want all like that?" She's like, "Yeah. Why?" So no, she calls me over. What's this? Oh shit! What's this? I haven't said any last names, have I? I've cut bit out. This lady wants this picture. And I'm like, "You want all of that?" She's like, yeah. I'm like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." Okay. And it's probably the first time and last time, so far anyway in my career, that I've ever tattooed an entire vagina. Like everything about it, all of it, the whole pocket.
She wanted the whole?
Everything, all of it.
Or
vagina
tattooed?
It was Medusa's face with the tongue out.
Out of her...
So the tongue was the labia. Let's do correct terminology.
Yes.
So we even had to kind of roll them back to shade, so the tongue had got a shade. No, we're friendly.
That must have been sore.
Yeah. So basically, she's got a scar, like a tummy tuck scar.
I don't mean to be hanged. Did you do it with a coil?
Do you know what? No. Fortunately, I think it was like. That was the time of stigmas. Can you imagine? But genuinely, that's like.
And did she sit for a full sitting too?
It took 3 sittings.
3
Because we got
sittings.
all the snakes to go over the scar tissue up here.
Yes,
So
yes.
the snakes come up on her belly and everything.
Why did she want it?
Just to cover the scar. So I think she had a tummy tuck or surgery or
Right.
whatever. But it looked like they'd opened her up with a fucking tin can opener. It was all jagged and zigzagging.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing about this whole situation is her husband or partner didn't know she'd had it done for a while.
What do you mean? So he didn't have a look.
So didn't know she'd had it done for a while, and then this is how I got told the story anyway, and I'm pretty sure it's probably true because he was quite when he told me. So he come to book in and we're outside having a fag. Don't smoke anymore. Years ago this is.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, well done for tattooing my wife's vagina." And I'm like, "Yeah, well that's what she wanted." Do you know what I mean? It's not like we're in the shop alone. All of us were in the shop. It's like, yeah, I don't even know what to say to you about it. I'm like, why? What's? It's a fucking pretty cool tattoo. You've got to admit, it's like, yeah. But the problem is, and this is the story. The problem is, I can't ever look at it. I'm like, why? He said because I hadn't seen it. You were on tally at the time. It was like the final, the semi-final of the TV show. Going back to that again, the semi-final. She says, and she just stood up in the middle of the fucking living room and went, "I've got something to show you." Dropped trousers. As my head was like my face was on the TV screen. He says, "So no, every time I see that, all I see is your face." I'm like, "Well, it's done its job then. It'll either keep you up or let you down, won't it?" Blow me stuff up.
It's okay.
Funny-ish stories. I could tell you about loads of stupid shit, but you'd have to bleep it out.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to really censor because it's just stupid shit, innit?
Yeah. So we'll jump into what shows you're going to do this year and a bit about what this year 2024 has for you.
All the shows, every show, all of them, especially Titanic.
Yeah.
Because that's always on the calendar. Always on the calendar. Yeah, there's a lot of shows this year.
Yeah. Talk a bit about your own.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a minute. But so lots of shows really. There's a few new ones. There's also a lot of normal old ones that I'm doing. I'm trying to. I don't know.
What shows is your most popular that you like? Obviously, we know Titanic, but
Titanic.
yes.
I love Titanic. I love Titanic. It's going to be completely different this year for me, isn't it? Because I'm going to be a gobshite with the microphone.
That's right.
As well as tattooing. Brighton's always a good one.
Yeah.
Brighton's a wonderful show. It's a massive venue with a lot of fucking very good tattoo artists there. It has a lot of footfall. It's a good show.
Yeah.
It's a better show now than it used to be.
Yeah.
Because years ago, artists like myself couldn't get in because it was like a traditional.
Yeah.
Like it was more of a trad show. Now it's an evolution again, isn't it? Everything's evolved. I like Brighton. Because I like Brighton. Because it's like loud and garish like I am sometimes. So I can blend in.
Yeah.
What other new shows are there? There's a few, you know.
Yeah.
Like I can't, my diary, I daren't. I can't.
Busy year then.
Yeah. So Portsmouth, Brighton, yours, Galway, which will be the first show I'm having to go at Galway because they moved the dates because that used to fall on the VW thing, which is why I could never do it.
Yeah.
I do like to think they moved the dates so I could go and attend, but I'm pretty sure it's not just for me. Thanks, Martin. Yeah, loads. I think Brussels again, November.
I'll definitely be over
didn't
there
do Brussels
next year.
this year
I
because
know,
it's the same
no,
weekend
no.
as Wrexham as well.
Yeah.
And
That's right,
we have
yes,
had a
it
lot
was.
on this year, as you know, family problems, but we won't talk about that on here because that's like, don't want to put anybody into a state of depression. Hide all the sharp objects. And then, my show next year, which is a Christmas show, which like I'm shitting myself about, but I'm also dead excited.
Yeah.
Because it's new. it's something that's never been done before.
Yeah.
It's something that probably won't be copied because nobody's fucking stupid enough to do it. Or brave enough to do it, one or the other. There's a very fine line. There's a very fine line. But that, again, like anything else, is coming back from me being a showman, me being a dancer, me being an entertainer.
Yeah, so you can bring all those things over the last
try
of
and
the
bring
years.
it all in. Yeah. So I'm trying to inject. I know everybody says this about their shows. It's a show run by a tattooist for tattooists. I get it, and some of them are, and it's also a business, and it's also a vehicle to make money and all that kind of stuff. But I'm trying to do things differently, and it's hard because everything you've got to run by a certain set of rules.
Yeah,
because that's what that's how our show runs.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to do things like way different. I don't want to say too much because there's stuff that I'm going to do that
over time
has never been done before, and that nobody will repeat because they're not stupid enough. I'm also going to do things that have never been done before because every show follows a certain set of rules.
Yeah,
and I'm going to break that. Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
But
how
it's a Christmas show.
Well, that's it.
So, it's
every show should be different in their own way.
Yeah, and it's going to be the last show of the year. It's going to be the last show on the calendar.
Yeah.
From what I can fathom, Florence was this weekend.
Yes, I seen that. Yes.
So my show next year will be next weekend. So it should be the last show on the European calendar, I think, if I'm correct in saying that, maybe. Which is also
I think it would be like
it's also a risk as well because it's Christmas.
That's why I think the thing is that people do kind of stay away from that part because no one really wants to spend money this time close to Christmas.
Yeah, but if you're anything like me, you pay for your shit first.
Yeah, if you're going to make money, then that's it. If it covers itself and you have a good weekend, that's all you really. Exactly. Long as you cover yourself and have a good weekend.
And then coming through Liverpool Airport this morning made me had a little sort of smile and a little warm feeling because I'm like sitting there waiting for the gate, half asleep, and out comes Santa.
Yeah.
And then out come Buddy the Elf. And then out come the Grinch.
See?
So all these people in costumes, and the Grinch was like amazing. Just nicking people's hats and walking off with people's phones and filming himself. Fucking fantastic.
See, that's good.
And I had this little warm feeling inside, and I'm like, no, that's Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, Christmas is happy.
There is no shows actually at Christmas, so it will be a good... Like, the whole thing that... I do like the way that he does that Halloween one.
Yeah.
You know, like the way it's all focused around that, people dress up.
Yeah, with the... Yeah.
Like the Christmas thing, I think will be really good.
Yeah,
I do.
I'm hoping so. So,
well, it either will or it won't.
Well, yeah, it's one of two ways.
We'll know next January.
Yeah, we'll do this talk again in January. Yes. I'll just be like a quivering wreck in the corner, crying. Why did I give away a car? But yeah, so that's a massive thing. So like everybody wants the accolade of winning something, which is fine.
Yeah.
Everybody wants awards, which is fine. And like we had this conversation, people have said to me, we come to these things to compete. We come to these things to push our art, to be seen. So that's where the stupid airbrain idea come of something to compete for.
The car.
So a brand new car, for best of show.
It's nothing better than driving away with a new car at Christmas.
And it's Christmas, yes, it's a gift, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot about Christmas with my show, because it's a fucking Christmas show. I might even have live reindeer there. That's even more exciting. I might even have reindeer there. I don't know where they're coming from, but somebody said to me the other day, I'm here, I've got a friend who's got reindeer. Have you?
See.
Yeah.
I think it will. I think it'll be good. It will.
I love tattoo conventions. I don't think for 1 minute they are the lifeblood of tattooing. I think tattoo conventions are a vehicle to move tattooing on, to evolve. Do you know what I mean? So I think when tattooing gets to a certain point, I think the conventions will change to suit, or the conventions will change tattooing, one or the other. Because I think everything's moving all the time, isn't it? So like next year, we're going to have something new. And then in a couple of years' time, we'll have something new again to look at. Like, I think the AI thing will probably either move forward or drop back.
Yeah.
And we'll go back to more traditional tattooing, or we'll go back to more traditional tattoo conventions where they have people stabbing each other on stage and smoking. Do you know what I mean? Go back to like the 1989 days, no gloves, fag on.
Just get it done.
You've seen all them photos. Them photos are amazing. That live porn show on stage or whatever.
Well,
We've been to them shows.
Yes.
Yeah, none of that for Christmas.
The ones down in Ireland, like they always have like pole dancers and all, but up here, like you couldn't.
Yeah, well,
I think in this country, like it's a wee bit, like you still couldn't.
Do you know what? So you did Chester, didn't you, last year?
Yes.
Yeah, right. This is no disrespect to Chris. He puts a pretty decent show on for the venue, right? So he's changed venue now for next year.
Yes.
There was a couple of things that went wrong at that venue this year, and then, God bless him.
He's learning.
He put a good show on. Do you know what I mean? Second time in. So I think somebody let him down, and I'm not sure if he was supposed to have burlesque on or if it was supposed to be a DJ, because I can't ever remember seeing a pole dancer on the listing. Right?
And there was.
And then we're tattooing away, and this guy walks in and puts a pole up. So, can you remember where they had the stage last year? In that room where we were.
Yes,
so the stage was this end.
Yes.
So the stage was the other end this year, right? Up by the window. So they got that little stage, which is like a 2 foot high. And then they put the pole on. So they put the base on the stage. And the base was probably relatively the same size as the stage. So it was like if it had rocked, it would have come off. And then he started to build the pole. This is just, I found it fucking amusing as fuck. They had to take a ceiling tile out
To get the pole up.
So then the ladies on the pole, and she was brilliant, albeit a little bit. I felt a bit uncomfy.
Yeah.
It's like this kid's walking around. Not,
Yeah,
whatever.
I know,
She wasn't,
that's
like
the
naked
thing.
or nothing.
Yeah.
You know, she was fully covered, but she's being quite sultry on this pole. But every now and again, a hand would disappear, or a leg would disappear, or like she'd climb up and like a headless pole dancer, it'd disappear into the ceiling space. It was fucking brilliant, and it was the only place they could have put the pole. But yeah,
The ceiling tile out.
pole dancers. I'm not sure about pole dancers.
No, I've just kind of.
I used to date a pole dancer years ago.
Just stay
I was
away
never sure
from
about pole dancers then either.
Just stay away from
Yeah.
that. So we'll wrap it up anyway today. But before we go, have you any advice for apprentices or anyone looking to get into the tattoo industry?
Ignore Instagram. It's not real.
Yep.
None of that shit's real. I actually drive a knackered car and I live in a cardboard box.
That's it. They do. People think that's.
God, I'm so negative.
You're gonna
I've been
meet-
in this game far too long to be positive. No. Just fucking work hard.
Yeah.
Like we said earlier on, if something's worth doing, it's worth working hard at. And I know that sounds really old and boring.
But that's your vote.
I worked hard without an apprenticeship.
That's.
And I've continually worked hard. Should never ever take anything for granted. Like if you've got to draw the same rose 1,000 times, at least when you have to draw a rose,
Yeah.
you'll know how to draw a rose.
Yeah.
You know how to draw a bird. You know how to draw a fucking skull.
Consistency.
The fundamentals and the consistency of having
Yeah.
your fundamentals is the most important thing. It's all very well and good being a flouncy tattooer with gold teeth and just walk in one day a week and charge £1,000.
No.
But is that going to put your kids through college? I know we don't pay for, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand,
There's nothing wrong with working hard.
Yeah.
Okay, work smart, not work
A lot
hard.
of people are focusing on too much on the one style when they should just do.
Yes, yeah, you've got to do everything.
Yeah.
I really do. I fully believe that you have to do everything, and because I try and post most things.
Yeah.
I was told years ago by a tattooist, a very famous tattooist at the time. Oh, famous, there's that word. A very high-profile tattooist at the time. Only post what you want people to see.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a colour realism artist, only post your colour realism.
Yes.
Then most of the stuff you get through the door will be colour realism. That's fine, but not when you've only been tattooing a year.
Yeah.
In my humble
Yes.
opinion.
No, that's-
Please don't hang me for this,
Yeah.
everybody on YouTube and Facebook and social media. Because it's a double-edged sword. I had a conversation in my studio the other day with somebody. I am bored of that style, was the response. You should never get bored
Yeah.
because that's on your skin forever.
I know.
And if I'm bored doing it, how good's it going to look?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
So you've got to you've got to just like passion, creativity, like urge to do the job. You've got to want it.
Yeah.
You can't just go, it's just a fucking vehicle to earn money, which it is. It's a business, but you've got to want to be able to produce something
Good
that you
work
can be proud of.
and
Yeah.
get better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
'cause
just
every
keep
day
moving
you're learning, like, so.
And that's all it is. I think, like, when you're trying to teach somebody, I can't teach them how to tattoo like me. I can't teach you how to see like me. I can teach you how to draw, because anybody could draw a circle. You could draw an apple. It's
Yeah.
your representation of an apple. But I think you've got to be. I think there's a lot of people that haven't got anything about them doing it.
Yeah.
Whereas the odd few that come through the door that have got that, that urge, that creativity.
Yeah.
We lost out on a couple of apprentices a few years back. They're in other studios now, and they're absolutely killing it. So they're fully fledged artists. They've got their own thing going, and they're doing an amazing job. Do you know what I mean? And no matter how bad I feel that I didn't take them on, or that I felt I've lost out, fucking good on them, because they've kept at it, they've pursued it, they've been sort of focused on what they want to do, and they're doing it.
Yeah.
And I just think that's all you need. Like I ain't got a fucking clue. I got no fucking idea. I look back at some of my old pictures now and go, what the fuck was I doing? Even not 5-6 years ago. Do you know what I mean?
When you were doing the
what
show.
the fuck was I doing? Why would anybody allow me to put that on them?
But it's changing every year, as you say, all the time.
And I think if you've got that urge to be somebody, in whatever career path you choose, then you just have to keep learning. You have to keep pushing forward. And I think that's the only thing you can say to an apprentice. If it's something that you truly want, you've got to really immerse yourself in it, and just take everything that you can, hold on to it for as long as you can, and just like fuck it, hit it hard.
Yeah, well, that's a consistency.
That's a really boring answer, isn't it? What would the proper answer be?
That's
look at lots of nipples and do loads of cocaine. I don't know. That's what people think tattoo artists do.
I know.
Pole dancer. Be a pole dancer for a living. I don't know. But no, just
live the rock star life.
Yeah, rock star lifestyle. Yeah.
Harley Davidson.
Yeah. As soon as you get licensed, buy a Range Rover, a mirror, and a credit card, because that's what your life will be. It won't. It fucking really won't.
Well,
it
thanks
might be for some people.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming over.
It's a pleasure.
Doing it, honestly. Thank you.
No worries.
Thanks everyone for tuning in.